Stefanie'sRockShow.com. We've got a very talented, awesome, special guest from Unwritten Law, Scott. Thank you very much for coming on the show.
Cool. Thanks for having me, for sure.
You rock. So you guys have been in the game forever, and you've had huge hits like Seeing Red. What's the secret to staying in the game? Because you've been changing, you've been transforming, and you're still doing what you love to do.
I think the real trick is to writing good songs, you know? Like, I don't think there's any real way else to go about it. For me, it's like I can't do anything else but play music, so it's like I have to. As far as staying alive, don't do too many hard drugs, and like...
That's always a good idea.
Yeah. Ish.
Yeah, ish.
So, but yeah, like, you know, I don't know. I think the trick is truly having a passion for it, and you can't ever let your guard down. You always got to write new songs, and like for me, it's like I got to write a song where I'm not embarrassed to play it or not have a disclaimer to play it in front of my family and friends. When I've accomplished that, I know it's going to be a good song. That's kind of like my formula, you know.
I dig it. So how do you like the new lineup of Unwritten Law? How did you guys come together, and how is it different from the past lineups?
Kevin, my guitar player, he was my guitar player for Scott and Amy, one of my side projects. And he was also in a band called Bolts and Octane, which is a great band. And then he was our guitar tech. And when we were on right before we went on Warped Tour last year, we knew Steve wasn't going to make it to Warped Tour. He didn't want to, the other guys had kids, had young children, and they didn't, want to leave their families anymore, which is completely understandable. And we knew that Steve wasn't going to make it to Warped Tour. He didn't want to do 12-hour long hot days in the sun. And so, before he quit, we asked Kevin to play, and Kevin already had it down. And then, when PK left, the same thing. We tried some bass players. We found Derek Envy, who's the gnarliest guy ever.
Yeah.
And the key thing to it is that the guys are really great. I mean, they're truly great players, and they're great people, and they're fun, and they want to be there. Whereas, the other boys, they were done touring. We've been together for 20.
You didn't want hired guns. You wanted people passionate about the band and the project.
Oh, absolutely, and that goes with anything, I guess, in life. But yeah, we've been going at this for 22 years now, so it's like
crazy.
That's a crazy long time, right?
A lot of bands die out; they can't last. So
yeah, they overdose and stuff.
We had Mickey Avalon call in to talk about Loaded 2 days ago, and the track "Girlfriend" came up that you're on, and he talked all about meeting you at Cisco Adler's house and the fun times you guys have had. So that was cool to just recently get to find out about you two. So what do you have to say about Mickey? How have you guys, about your friendship?
I love Mickey. He's the real deal. First of all, like he's
underrated in my book. I think he's so
he's one of the greatest lyricists of all times. Like I truly believe that. And it was funny because I was at Cisco's house just after I got out of rehab, and I was in a sober living house.
Yeah, that's not a good place to be, I feel like. But
well,
at least back in 2004 when I stopped by, it's not a good rehab house.
Yeah. Well, things change. Life changes.
Good.
Life moves on.
You get better, okay.
Okay, so I was in a sober living house, and I had to record these demos for Unwritten Law. So my friend Jose, who was Puddle of Mud's tour manager, was my sober living manager at the house. And I'm like, man, I know you. What do I know you from? And he was like, I don't know. Are you in the music industry? I'm like, yeah. He's like, well, I used to tour manager Puddle of Mud. I'm like, because I'm good friends with Wes. And I'm like, that's right. You got me and Wes blow like fucking a year ago, dude.
That's how you knew that. I love Wes. He's at the Rainbow all the time.
Yeah, he lives there. So he's great, and Wes is great. So anyway, we became good friends. I'm like, yeah, I gotta track this stuff. And I'm like, he goes, my friend Cisco has a place right up the street in Malibu, and introduced you to him. So I went there. I'm making a long story longer. I went there, and we did some of my stuff, and he showed me some stuff he was producing, and he had this song with all these different rappers on it. And it's before Mickey Avalon's first record came out, and I heard a song with Mickey's voice, and I'm like, who's that kid? He's a star. And he's like, oh, it's Mickey Avalon. He's the greatest ever. He sounds dope. And he goes, well, listen to this. I'm doing some stuff for him right now. And he played me a couple songs. I'm like, that song sounds dope. Let me take it home, and I'll put a chorus on it, and I'll come back tomorrow and I'll sing it on the track.
I love Girlfriend. It rocks. Mickey Avalon's like Weird Al meets Eminem. It's crazy. Like
Girlfriend's only one. We did 5 tracks before he signed Interscope.
Holy crap.
Yeah, and they're all hits. Like, they're all fucking gnarly, and so, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so anyways, it's funny because Mickey had a new record coming out, and they were asking for tracks or anyone want to submit writing. I'm like, yeah, I have 5 of them, like whatever. And it's cute because Girlfriend made it to the record, but we actually recorded that like 4 years ago or 5 years ago. Whatever.
That's what he was saying, actually. He's like, that's actually an old school song, but they just brought it back. Because you guys are both on Suburban Noise together, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. And does it give you a lot of freedom on that record label? Is it pretty open?
Yeah, like the owner, Kevin Zinger, is like my homie. I've known him he used to be a concert promoter in San Diego, so he put on some of the first Unwritten Law, No Effects, Blink shows like ever.
Yeah.
And so we've known him forever, and definitely with him, it's not like talking to a manager or because he manages both Mickey and I as well. And it's not like I can tell him like, no, I want to do it this way. Like for Swan, when I recorded Swan, it took me like 16 months to write it, but he was like, I want a record now. I'm like, I'm not gonna give it to you till it's perfect. And he let me sit on it, and I worked on it and rehashed it over and over again until it was perfect in my eyes. And so he's a great dude, and it's a great place to be. He's definitely revolutionary. He is like, I mean, he's definitely the man. Yeah.
So Swan came out in 2011. It was awesome. I loved it. Do you guys have something in the mix right now? Are you writing something to come out or touring right now? Is that?
No. Right now we're playing shows. We're about ready to go record a studio acoustic record. So it's like kind of like Music High Places, but an acoustic record. Yeah, it's gonna be dope. I'm excited about it for sure.
Awesome. Way cool. Well, thank you very much for stopping by with Stef's Metal Update, and we can't wait to see you guys play.
Cool. I can't wait.
Had a bad day, don't talk to me, gonna ride this out. My little black heart breaks apart with your big mouth.